I'm Steve Hendrix, and this is your Global Minute. Today we discuss Guatemala. This week marks the 50th anniversary of the death of Nobel Prize novelist Guatemalan Miguel Ángel Asturias. This book, Mr. President, El Señor Presidente, was the first novel in history to discuss dictatorship, populism, and state capture. That novel holds lessons for us today if democracy is to survive in Guatemala or anywhere around the world. Asturias died in Madrid as a refugee. He was in exile because his own country was engaged in a 36-year civil war, a conflict that only ended in December 1996. At that time, I lived in Guatemala. My team at the U.S. Agency for International Development worked to implement the peace accords. We helped to set up a new public defender service to guarantee human rights. We set up a high-impact court to deal with corruption and organized crime. We actually helped to establish a vetted anti-corruption prosecutorial unit. Those units later ended up convicting 2 presidents, a vice president, and some other big fish. But corruption never goes gently into that good night, does it? Just 14 months after the peace accords were signed, military officers killed Bishop Juan Gerardi after he issued a comprehensive human rights report, the basis of which the United Nations determined that Guatemala had committed genocide. The old corrupt ways snapped back. Drugs flowed, accounts bulged. Until last January. Bernardo Arévalo, son of one of the only 2 democratically elected presidents in the Guatemalan Spring of 1944 to 1954, was surprisingly elected president. Whether a country prone to violence, corruption, and state capture will allow him to finish a term, it's a real question. President Arévalo will have to deal with all the vested interests, and he's going to have to fry some big fish, just as President Eduardo Frei did in Chile to turn that country into the modern state that we all see today. However, Arévalo must also deliver for the marginalized poor who put him into office. He will need to rely on that base to carry him forward. Arévalo's success would please no one more than Miguel Ángel Asturias. That's it.